Welcome to the Emily the Mystic Show. You're about to walk through a portal that leads to all things mystical, magical, spiritual, and supernatural. I'm your host, Emily. I'm a spiritual mentor, an Akashic Records practitioner and teacher, an intuition development coach, and a galactic channeler. If you're an old soul on a self-discovery and healing journey, you are in the right place. We'll be diving in deep to some of my favorite mystical topics, including manifestation, past lives, the spirit world, energy, and so much more. Get ready to embrace your inner mystic and live your most authentic life possible. The portal is now open. Hello, dear one. Welcome to your March energy update. I am so excited to get into the overall energy for the month of March. I feel like February was a bit of a blur and the energy was sort of all over the place. I know it was very activating for many of you, and there were some turbulent moments, some big things that happened in your life. And so March is going to bring a whole new energetic, a whole new dynamic that will hopefully help you kind of ground into some of the changes and things that have come to light during the month of February, and will help you really reinforce some of those healings, learnings, discoveries, insights, awarenesses that came through for you during the month of February, and really integrate them, put them into practice. And hopefully this month will help you to go with the flow a bit more and really just be more open to receiving, be more open to the abundance that life has to offer you. So let's get into it. It is going to be definitely an exciting month. I do like the energy that I'm seeing here from what I have channeled from my guides and also from some cards that I have pulled to reinforce those messages. So if this is your first energy update with me, welcome. I've been doing these energy updates for some time now for my YouTube channel, as well as now here for my podcast. So wherever you're listening to this, whether it's on YouTube and you're watching the video version, or you're listening to this wherever you listen to your podcasts, I'm so glad you're here. I love doing these energy updates because the intention and purpose of them is so that you can kind of know what to expect of the flavor of the month ahead. So depending on what the flavor is and whether or not it's going to be a spicy month ahead or maybe a more chill month, you can use that to your advantage and discern for yourself what you want to do, what you want to create, and how you want to go about your life during the month ahead. So I hope this helps you do that. Bear in mind that this energy update is all channeled. I work with the Akashic Records as my mode of channeling. So I tune into the frequency of the Akashic Records, specifically the collective Akashic Records, specifically for you here, my audience, to learn what you need to know about the month ahead. So ideally, this will resonate with you, but if it doesn't, you can go ahead, discard the information. As I always like to say, with channeled information, take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. So let's get right on into it. And just like I did for the February energy update, I went into the Akashic Records, channeled what I needed to do through the Akasha, and then I also pulled tarot cards. We are using the Modern Witch Tarot deck today, and you'll be seeing visual representations of the cards if you're watching this on my YouTube channel. But if you're listening to my podcast, I will do my best to describe these cards to you as well. So the month of March, we're really deep into Pisces season as we begin this first half of the month. And so what I'm being shown is that for the first 2 weeks, at least, of February, it's going to be a very watery energy, very much in alignment with the frequency of Pisces. Pisces is our mystical, dreamy, intuitive sign of the zodiac. It is also the last sign of the zodiac wheel. So actually, technically, in terms of the astrological calendar, Pisces is our last month of the year. It is our last chapter of the astrological cycle. And so when the astrological calendar shifts around March 19th, as we head into Aries season, we're actually going to be beginning a new astrological year. So technically, we're at the end of the astrological calendar. And so with that in mind, knowing that we're sort of wrapping things up, we're ending this astrological year, we're going to be ending things on a high note during Pisces season. And sometimes, depending on what the zodiac sign is of the month, sometimes it corresponds energetically with what I'm being shown in the Akashic Records. Sometimes it doesn't, but I'm really being shown that we're going to be feeling the Pisces energy this year more so than ever. We're really going to be feeling, they were showing me this visual representation of waves and water, just a lot of watery energy, a lot of sensitive energy, maybe even emotional energy. So getting back to what I was saying about Pisces season is that it's really important for you to move with the currents of life this month. It's important for you to do that, of course, in life in general, but especially during this very watery energy that we have to kickstart the month of March, to not resist the flow of life. Sometimes we can have a bit of a pattern or a way of being where we try to move against the currents of life. We try to move against the flow of life. We push against life. We're constantly pushing and forcing instead of moving with the flow of life. So if perhaps that is you, whenever something big pops up in your life, or there's something that you feel really intuitively guided that you need to take a look at, or something that's coming up for you internally, you may choose to ignore it and instead push against it or avoid it. Of course, that's going to be, natural human tendency, especially for things that may be uncomfortable. But this month, you really need to surrender to it. So there's a really big theme this month around surrender and just letting go. Just, again, moving with those currents of life instead of trying to swim against the current. If you were to imagine that you're getting sort of pulled out to sea and you need to get back to shore, we're told that you need to swim parallel to the beach so that you can safely get back to shore. That's what we need to do, is gently move with the currents of life instead of forcing against the current and getting pulled out to sea more and more and more. So as much as you can this month, surrender. If life brings something to your doorstep, whether it be an illness, an injury, a crazy circumstance, something out of the blue, some big healing challenge or crisis, or something that comes to your doorstep this month that's unexpected. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if it does, don't force it. Don't try to outwork your illness. Don't try to outwork your burnout. Rest. Let yourself slow down. Let yourself surrender to how your body is feeling. Again, do not force it. Allow yourself to go with the flow of life, the lazy river of life, all right, instead of forcing. So we have, for our first tarot card of this energy update, we have the Queen of Cups, which I absolutely love to kickstart this month. This is really going to be the overall energy, the overall flavor of the month, but especially during those first few weeks, and we're still in the midst of Pisces season, you're especially going to be feeling that. The Queen of Cups is such a nurturing, intuitive energy. This card to me really represents Pisces energy in a lot of ways, because our Queen of Cups is so relaxed on her throne. She is so open to the flow of life. She does not, again, push against life. She is open to it. And she's also in this very nurturing, loving, supportive energy. She really works with the Queen of Cups, really knows how to work well with the heart chakra so that she can do her own heart healing on herself, but also help others on perhaps their own healing journeys as well. So you may also find that people in your own life are coming to you with big emotions or sensitivities, or you may notice that people in your life have a lot of things going on. And instead of trying to force, trying to push, just move with the flow, recognize that everybody is on their own journey, hold space for people, without, trying to direct people one certain way over another, and just let it go. Let it go. That's going to be a really big theme for this month as well. It's just like being at peace with letting it go. They're saying to me too, a lot of us, and this was really revealed deeply in the month of February. You may have been shown this during the month of February that you have a tendency for negative thinking, a negative mindset, overthinking, worrying, really intense anxiety. And those negative thinking patterns, those negative thought spirals aren't serving you. You don't have to live your life with that way of being, with that way of thinking. Yes, of course, we all can have anxieties to some extent, but if you are shown that it's really impacting you in your life and it's leading you to doubt yourself, to question your path, to make you feel like you're not good enough or that you're making the wrong decisions and choices, it's time to let that go. Let go of the monkey mind, the ego mind that's telling you that things need to be a certain way. No, we're going to release that. And again, move with the flow of life. Move with the path that you're on instead of forcing it or pushing against it. So what do you need to surrender to this month? What do you need to be open to? What do you need to be more sensitive to? What do you need to allow your cup to be filled with? There's a big energy of allowance here and just kind of allowing life to bring things to you, that magnetic energy, really being in our magnetic energy and allowing life to be attracted to us versus pushing, forcing against the current. So as we're kind of moving with this Pisces frequency, we have another card from the tarot helping to illustrate this, which is the Seven of Cups. This card is really all about having and dreaming of new ideas and just having a lot of inspiration. So this month, especially at the beginning, you may have a lot of new ideas come through. You may be like, oh my gosh, I have this idea. I want to do this project. I want to do this thing over here. I want to accomplish this goal. I want to do all of the things. And you're dreaming about it. You're daydreaming. You're thinking about it. You're journaling about it. You're manifesting it. But your energy may be a little bit scattered because there's so many things going on that you may not fully be focusing your energy. So what they want you to do is to, number one, let yourself dream. It's okay to dream bigger. It's okay to be in the daydream state, especially during Pisces season. It's okay to be reflecting on like, well, what do I want for myself next? What do I want to manifest next? Where am I going during the rest of this year? Especially as this astrological year is ending, we're starting a new year. It's a great time to kind of reconnect with maybe goals or aspirations that we set for ourselves at the beginning of 2024 and just check back in with those things and ask ourselves, do those still align? Or are we wanting and desiring something different? And if yes, it's okay to desire something different. Maybe you realize that the goal you set for yourself is just maybe a goal that you saw somebody else doing and doesn't really resonate with you anymore. And therefore you were never able to stick to a pattern or a plan of action in order to get it done. So this month, yes, we want to be dreaming and we want to be seeing different possibilities. We want to be seeing lots of different options. We want to have lots of ideas and inspirations coming through. And then we want to really be discerning with where we focus our time and our energy. Because up until the end of March and beginning of April, we're going to have a lot of energy to be able to pour into some of those ideas and inspirations, downloads that we've gotten to really take them to the next level. So March is a great time to actually really start working on new projects. February was a good month for that as well. But if you haven't been able to get to things yet, March is going to be a really great time for you to have big dreams about those projects and then to be able to really get to work on them and to really start to see them unfold in a way that is going to be really create a lot of momentum for your life. So we have the Chariot card. So momentum, 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 movement, movement, movement. We're going to be seeing a lot of movement this month. Again, don't force life. If our overall theme is moving with the current of life, this movement, things are going to feel like they are going to continue to go fast. And if that is happening, you can't force against it. You really need to move with it and let that momentum, let the way that you're working towards your dreams, your manifestations, your goals, let that snowball. Let that help build momentum more and more so that you really feel like you're on a positive trajectory for yourself and you really feel like things are starting to come into creation. You're really starting to see yourself reaping the rewards for your efforts. This month is also really going to be focused on Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving, the equal reciprocity of both giving and receiving. So yes, you're going to have to be giving your time and energy to your goals. You're going to have to be dedicating to yourself to the things that you're passionate about, but also you're going to start to see some reward of that effort coming back to you. So setting that intention now as you're listening to this energy update, that everything that I pour out into the world gets returned to me tenfold. Everything that I create gets returned to me tenfold. Knowing that no matter what you're doing or how you're putting out your energy into the world, it is coming back to you. Sometimes we worry that we're going to do all this hard work and it's just going to end in a failure and it's going to end in, horrible lack of success and we're not going to get anything from it and it's just going to be a waste of time. This month is going to be about that Seven of Cups. We're dreaming about all of these different ideas. We have all of these ideas. We're being discerning about them. We're picking a course of action. We're gaining our momentum from this Chariot card here. And then we're allowing ourselves to give over our time and energy, but we're also receiving something in return from it. So your efforts will be rewarded. So go for it. Go take the action, do the thing. Don't resist it. Don't resist the current of life. Wherever life is leading you to, follow that, okay? Follow your path. And don't let the outside world, your external reality distract you from what you want internally. I think that's a really important piece of this, is that if you are going to be the Queen of Cups this month, you're going to be in your queen energy. You are sitting on your throne. You are fully open to the currents of life. You are not going to let other people's currents sweep you away. You are going to fully allow yourself to be the queen of your own ocean, your own body of water, and you are not going to let anybody else's, current or storm pull you away and sweep you off your feet. So really focus on you, on your internal world and how you're going to start taking that internal world externally. That's going to be a big theme this month. And as we are moving into the beginning of Aries season, you're going to continue to see momentum build. So we have a couple of things, a couple of planetary placements that are going to be really great for you this month with all of these themes. So we have a new moon in Pisces that's happening on March 10th. So that Seven of Cups energy, that dreamy energy, that thinking of and coming up with new ideas, brainstorming, new moon in Pisces, excellent opportunity to do that. Dream bigger, let yourself go there, let yourself have those ideas coming through. And then as we move into the beginning of Aries season and the spring equinox, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, the spring equinox that's happening on the 19th of March, then we can actually start really taking those ideas and bringing them into reality, taking action on them, gaining momentum. And we're really going to see again some reward from that. So don't let this momentum pass you by. Don't sit and think too far, too deep into your ideas. Sometimes we can really, especially as spiritual intuitive people, we come up with an idea, we get excited about it, we're thinking about it all the time, but we're not taking action. And we're just kind of sitting around, maybe waiting for it to come into our life, or maybe delaying it because, we don't know what the results are going to be. No, we don't have time for that this month. You actually need to start going and creating and doing the things that you know that you need to do in order to create the thing that you want to create, in order to reach your dreams. So that spring equinox is really going to give us an opportune time to do that. A reminder that no planets are in retrograde during the month of March. Mercury will go retrograde during the month of April. And for those of you who really dislike Mercury retrograde, myself included, you're going to want to make sure that you use the energy of March to your advantage to get some things done so that you can pull the reins back a little bit during the month of April and know that you've put in a lot of time and energy, and that momentum is going to snowball, it's going to compound on itself as we move forward. So the next thing I want to bring your attention to is the fact that, unfortunately, eclipse season begins this month. I know. I feel like we just ended eclipse season during the fall. Like, I feel like some of us are still recovering from eclipse season in October and November of 2023. And here we are again. It's here. It's at our doorstep again. A reminder to go with the flow of life. I'm trying to reprogram your brain with that right now. My ear is ringing as I say that. Go with the flow of life this month, as this eclipse may bring some new changes to your life, to your doorstep. So the first eclipse of this year of 2024 takes place on March 25th. It is in the sign of Libra. This is a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra, activating the North Node. So this energy feels to me to be very karmic. This is a very karmic eclipse. It's going to bring about change for a lot of us in a very good way. It is going to be a very big portal for healing for a lot of us in a big way. So you may need to, during this last week of March, you may need to actually pull your energy back a little bit, to take some things off of the to-do list, to focus on yourself and your healing, because there may be some big things coming up for you that you need to take a look at. So because this is in the sign of Libra, it also, to me, very intuitively feels so aligned with that Libra energy. Libra being this very balanced, harmonious side of the zodiac. I even have the Justice card here. I kid you not, from the tarot. When I pulled this, I was like, of course this is going to respond to that lunar eclipse happening at the end of March. This Justice, the balancing of the scales. This eclipse is going to bring things back into balance. It is a karmic rebalancing, the guides are saying. So things are going to get brought back into harmony. In order for things to get brought back into harmony, we either need to let things go or we need to receive things, bring things in. So for you, and here's another card that I have that also illustrates this. We have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups represents walking away from something that is no longer working. So for some of you, you may need to be walking away from an old energy, an old thing, an old relationship, an old friendship, an old way of being, an old identity, an old behavior or pattern or addiction or something that you have going on in your life that is no longer serving you. Because the scales are rebalancing themselves, and in order for you to cultivate greater balance in your life, you're going to need to either let go of something or bring in a new energy, or a combination of both. So you may also be needing to receive new things in your life during the course of this eclipse. So that could be receiving more rest. That could be receiving more help, more healing. Maybe this is a good time for you to schedule an energy healing session for yourself or a reading with me. Or maybe this could be you needing to receive support from other people, being vulnerable with other people, being open about what's going on for you during eclipse season, and being very transparent with how your healing journey is going. This could be a very awakening eclipse for a lot of you, and a really big emphasis on, especially because Libra is such a relationship-focused sign, this could be a bit of a karmic rebalancing in terms of your relationships. So again, that could be really resetting things in your relationship. So maybe you decide in your relationship that you need to start fresh, you need a clean slate, you need to let go of grudges or old energies that you've been harboring in your relationships that aren't serving you, and you need to let yourself be in a fresh new energy in that relationship, make a commitment to that relationship and let yourself move forward. Or maybe you decide that with everything being said, that the relationship is no longer a vibrational match for you and that it's time for you to let it go, whether that be a friendship or a romantic relationship or a family relationship or a client relationship. And just, again, really coming into the end of a cycle in terms of your relationship. That doesn't mean the relationship is fully ending, although it could, but could also just mean coming to the end of some sort of cycle in your relationship, whatever that means for you. So walking away from whatever it is that's no longer serving you and knowing that the momentum that you're building this month, knowing that by tuning into the energy and the frequency of your dreams this month is going to help you truly dream new worlds into being, a new way of being for yourself. The karmic energies are going to stabilize. They are going to rebalance. This is going to be very helpful for you. It's going to be very healing. And of course, you will likely emerge on the other side a whole new person. Again, that Queen of Cups energy. I want you to take this Queen of Cups energy with you and know that this is the energy signature that you're working with during the course of this month ahead. So that the more that you tap into your Queen energy, the more that you know that you're going to have to walk away from things that aren't serving you. And the more that you can use this eclipse as a portal for transformation so that by the end of March, you're like, holy cow, I am a whole new person. I have come up with a whole new dream for myself. I've started working towards that dream. I've gained momentum. I've learned the balance of giving and receiving. I've totally rebalanced my life in all ways. I've seen the karmic scales rebalance themselves as I've walked away from things in my relationships that aren't serving me. I've let go of the grudges. I've let go of the anger. I've let go of the grief that I've been holding and harboring for so long. And I'm going to say goodbye to all of that. And I am ready for a whole new me. I'm ready for that new astrological year. I'm ready for this new cycle. Yes. We're affirming that and setting the intention to receive that now. If that feels aligned to you, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and comment below and let me know that you affirm and accept that new energetic reality for yourself, because this could be a very transformative month for you if you choose for it to be. But again, you have to go with the flow of life. You have to surrender to it. That doesn't mean being lazy and refusing to participate in life, but that does mean surrendering is an action. It is an active energy. We think that surrendering is very passive, but it's not. The true nature of surrender is to truly allow yourself to move with the current of life and to let go of any resistance that you may be holding internally towards whatever life is bringing to your doorstep. But also knowing that you're an active creator of your life. And that when you decide to let life bring to you the ideas, the inspirations, the downloads for where you're going next, that by choosing a next path, you will have the next action brought to you. You will be able to see your path forward more clearly, and you will be able to move with that current of life in such an easier, more direct, more flowy way. That Queen of Cups, being in your Queen energy and just letting things rebalance. You will be feeling a lot more balanced by the end of this month. So know that anything that is out of balance will be rebalanced, will be brought back to balance by the end of this month, and that you could walk away from this month of March, again, feeling like a whole new you. So I'm excited for that. I hope you are too. Thank you so much for listening to this energy update. If this resonated with you and you're watching on YouTube, comment below. I would love to know. And of course, make sure that you rate this podcast wherever you are listening, whether it's on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, wherever you are in the world. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks so much. And a reminder that during the month of March, if you are feeling intuitively drawn to working with opening your galactic channel and opening to your cosmic and galactic connections, I would love to invite you into my new mentorship experience, the Star Warrior Tribe, where you are literally going to be stepping into your Queen of Cups energy, opening up as a mystic, opening up as an intuitive to discern your cosmic and galactic connections, receiving messages from your cosmic and galactic guides, and letting those messages help you discern more deeply your next level of your mission and purpose here on this planet. So that is an 8-week mentorship. I will leave the link below in the show notes for you to check out more information on how you can join the Star Warrior Tribe, Presale pricing ends on March 15th. So hopefully you're listening to this episode before March 15th. So if you are, you can get that presale pricing again at the link below in the show notes. And with that, I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now. The portal is now closed. Thank you so much for listening. I invite you to join our community of mystics and spiritual seekers in my Emily the Mystic membership for more content, support, and fun just like this episode. You can check that out on my website, emilythemystic.com/membership. Don't forget to send this podcast episode to a friend who needs to hear it, rate the show wherever you listen to your podcasts, and follow along on my Instagram and YouTube at Emily the Mystic. Don't worry, the portal will open again soon. See you then.